Hello, guys. Good evening. We start a minute. In a minute, we start. Am I clearly audible, guys?
Yes, sir, you're audible. Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Let's wait for a minute. Is it getting? Oh, 1 second. Yes. I think. Rutukesh, I'm there. Uh, am I audible clearly? Clearly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you're audible. You are visible.
Okay, we are expecting a couple of more people. Hmm. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. This session going to be super special. And the problem today we are going to discuss is how to break that ice. Welcome, Rutukesh, Sudhir sir, Tamanna, Amod, and so many to join today. Can I see your thumbs up and chat box that you are here, all learn, and you are agree to be a student? For next 60 minutes, I expect you to be a student. Well, unless you come in learning mode, it's extremely difficult. Since you have decided to join, I'm certain that you'll be in learning mode. Thank you, Amo sir, Tamanna, for giving thumbs up. Fantastic. Allow me to share my screen. Today we want to talk about one problem which is everywhere and most of you must have experienced. How many agree that when you talk with a stranger or a new prospect, at times you have no idea what to talk. At times the conversation start becoming cold in one couple of minutes. Are you with me? Thank you, Amos, for saying, uh, agreeing with that. At times you start, hi sir, how are you? How is the weather? How is the traffic? And post that, you have no idea what to say. Would you like to learn something which makes you instantly connected with customer? That warmth can create in couple of minutes. That enthusiasm, that unless you have that warmth, you cannot communicate until you connect. This line all the time we will keep speaking, that you cannot connect, you cannot communicate until you connect. What we want to learn today, we want to learn how to connect. We want to learn how to connect the doors, how to connect people when you talk. What we are going to learn today, why connection matters. First of all, why connection matters more than communication. Second, the psychology behind the instant reputation. How to set that reputation, because we have heard reputation is everything, right? You cannot communicate until you connect. So when you connect, it is important that you have that reputation. The reputation setting is very very important. We'll understand what is psychology, how some people are able to have the reputation instantly, some people struggle to the last. Third, we'll talk about how to make your prospect feel safe and open, because everybody wants to feel safe, everybody wants to feel open. We'll talk about what are the practical ways to break that ice naturally. We'll also talk about how to create trust within first couple of minutes, because you don't get 15, 20 minutes, half an hour for that. And last but not least, how to move that conversation from awkward to meaningful, because your purpose is to break that ice, right? Until you break that ice, you cannot connect, and you cannot connect, you cannot communicate. If you cannot communicate, you cannot sell, right? End of the day, what you want to talk about, how to sell, right? It's all about selling. Let me start recording. I forgot to start recording. Okay. So before we go ahead, how excited you are? Quickly, can you probably unmute yourself and share your enthusiasm? What are you here for? What do you expect? And trust me, next 40 minutes or 50 minutes is going to be super super excited. Can you just unmute and maybe in 10 second, 5 second, you can share how you, Chetan, you are there, Tamanna, you're there, and Rutukesh, you're there. So there, and let me tell you, you are that 1% crowd. Those prefer learning. You're here. What does it mean? That yes, you prefer learning. You are here to grow. So quickly, can you come again? Okay, Rutukesh, can you start? How do you feel? What are you here for?
Yes, sir. So recently I started my journey as a marketing in sales intern. So I'm here to, how to connect with customer, how to break our ice, how to pitch our product to them. So today I wanted to build that confidence and I wanted to know how I can, connect with them instead of selling the product, but by network, by connection, so that they can feel I'm there to connect with them, not because I'm there to buy to sell the product.
Fantastic. Thank you, Rutukesh. Thank you. I
Yeah.
promise you, every second of yours here will be worth. Tamanna,
I want to actually, I have a YouTube channel and I want to sell sponsorships. So I want
lovely.
to learn from you how to sell.
How to sell. Fantastic, Tamanna. I'll be happy to share whatever I experience. Amod,
Yes, I want to know that like sometimes we used to sell, but the other person thinks that it is for my benefit. So we have to convince them that this is for your benefit.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. And we had Chetan. I think he logged off. Looks like by mistake. Let him come back. And all right. So you're super excited about meeting. Now let's come back to our sharing. So I told you that you will walk away with today. Why connection matters, psychology behind report, how to make prospect feel unsafe, and how to break the ice. Let's go further. We'll talk about opening hook. When you start talking somebody, what is there to open the communication? And we'll understand why conversation fail. Until you connect, you cannot communicate. What is the human psychology behind that? And science of breaking the ice. We will learn some technical no techniques to connect instantly. We will actually demonstrate here how you can connect, and finally we'll give you a chance to Now ask question answers. Now raise your hand if your sales conversation becomes awkward in the first 2 minutes. Just show me thumbs up. I'll get it. Your sales conversation become awkward in the first 2 minutes. Somebody's there? Your prospect gives only short, closed answer. The same time, you sense the customer is not interested before even you pitch. Why does it happen? Most sales conversation don't fail at the beginning; they fail in the middle because connection never happened. You tried connecting, but connection did not happen. What do I say always? I say you cannot communicate until you connect. I'll repeat it. You cannot communicate until you connect it. Think about this. It does not matter how beautiful the music is, right? If you connect the Bluetooth, then only that music will play in certain device, right? You say no, song बहुत अच्छा था, नहीं बजेगा. You say sir, product is excellent, it has to be sold. But product was excellent, customer को connection नहीं हुआ, you could not connect. How can you communicate until you connect? Now how many times it happened with you, right? How many times it happened with you that you try to somebody was trying to tell you something and you appreciated, you thought it's good, but it didn't connect you. You know why? We listen selectively. We listen only what is there for us. WIIFM. What's in it there for me? Every person in the world, if you communicate anything, keep wondering about one thing. What's in it for me? You are telling great thing, but what's in it for me? मेरे लिए क्या है? So what is our job when we meet somebody? First, try to connect. Never communicate. Imagine like this. You need to, you have farmhouse, you have land. Now you need to plant crop. You need to plant in that. Do you think that you will go directly and plant a seed? No, right? You'll put efforts to make the land fertile. Then probably you'll water the plant. Then probably you do further thing, right? You do not direct this. You make the land fertile and then start communicating. Give me a second. My system is asking some permission of recording. I'll just give it, sir. All right, done. So point is you cannot communicate until you connect. So we first effort to is to connect. Now how to connect? We'll talk about. The reason sales conversion fail because sales people focus on product, pitch, presentation, features, and benefits. Now, why? What customer keep thinking? Can I trust you? Can I trust you? Because you see, from the time we used to be in jungles, the human, जहाँ से human का development हुआ था, we used to always careful about our security, our safety. So there, sir, can you connect with this? Years, thousands of years ago, when human being was evolving, his premium prime concern used to be safety and security. So our brain is trained in a way which thinks first thing about, am I secure with this person? Do I feel safe? Do I feel comfortable? Do I feel good? You see, sometimes you have people start feeling not so great positive energy. Forget about buying or purchasing anything. You will not communicate. So what sales people do, and आप देख पाएंगे आपके usual life में, what we have been doing, what sales people have been doing, they have been trying product pitch, presentation, features and benefit. क्योंकि उनको लगता है if I explain customer will be happy and he'll buy, right? Customer will be happy with the features, customer will happy with the great pitch. But what is a mistake here? Customer क्या ढूंढता रहता है? And even you can think about yourself, right? If somebody is trying to coming and talking to you, first thing we think, can I trust you? Now, when do I trust somebody? When I like. When do I like somebody? When do I like somebody? When somebody is have something common with me. We keep seeking commonality, similarity, and interest in different people. We keep seeking commonality, similarity, and interest. Are you with me? Because if I will not trust people, I will not have something to talk, right? So to find something, I have to find something common. और common बात कब करते हैं? When we have something common. So whenever we go, our first attempt should be find something common, find something similar, find something is, what people can talk, what people can talk. So that's where people trust you. That's where people find something to talk to you. अभी आप ही बात कीजिए, यदि आप पर्टिकुलर कॉलेज से हैं, पर्टिकुलर स्कूल से हैं, if somebody comes and talk about that, people will feel good कि यार यहाँ से, अच्छा तो यहाँ से पढ़ा है, यहाँ से है, that's how people start trusting you. That's how people start connecting with you. So what is my first effort when I meet somebody? I'll find some common, similar, find something what is common between that fellow and me, what is similar that fellow and me, and what is interest in us. And that's how we start talking with that. That's how we start building common connection. और common connection हुआ तो ही बात शुरू होती है. So how to connect people fast? Find something common, similar, and find some common interest. Are you with me? Atamanna, are you getting my point? What am I doing and what a person sees? There is a difference. So my job is to identify that what can I, how do I connect the person. This is my job. My first job is to connect the person. So what sales people start doing? They talk about product, they talk about pitch, they talk about presentation, they talk about features and benefit. Can you relate this with this? Even yesterday I was in a sales training and I had, we were with a good team, all right, professional team, and my favorite, sell me this pen. Now person came and started about his product, then he had wonderful pitch, then he has presentation, then he started about fees and benefit. What do we seek as a human being? We seek, can I trust this fellow? Second thing, I, as a person, as a customer, I want to be understood. What does it mean? I want to be sure that this fellow who is trying to sell me, understanding who am I, what do I need, what can make my life easy, what is my concern, what is my problem. And I need to give him feel as a salesperson, do you genuinely care? People don't care how much you know unless you know how much you care, unless they know how much you care. People don't care how much you know. I'll repeat, people don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. So, what is my job as a salesperson? Welcome, Sashi, Ram. Some people joined. I'm sorry I could not address everybody because it started. And so, people don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. So, if you see the screen, what salespeople keep trying to do or what is to be done, what we want as a human being. Human being की पहली नीड क्या है? Human being want to be, want to feel safe. That's how we start trusting somebody. We don't trust somebody unless we like somebody. We don't like somebody unless we find something common, right? So what is my job as salesperson? To find something common to initiate. That's how we see. अरे आप कहाँ से हो? Where are you from? Okay, okay. You too play cricket. You too play. So we find some book. We find school. We find village, dialect, religion, region, school. Some or other thing find common. Then once you initiate, he or she wants to find, are you listening to me? What does it mean for me as a salesperson? This means that I don't start my conversation until I give him feel कि customer मेरे को सुन रहा है. So what is my job? Give that feeling to the customer that yes, I am listening to him. What does it mean? I'll come on that. He wants to feel, am I safe with you? So हमें क्या करना है? What is our job? Please mute yourself. Somebody's okay. Please mute yourself. My yeah, I'll mute if somebody's unmuted. All right. What we want to do when you meet somebody, आज के बाद आप किससे मिलते हैं? First thing, बोलना नहीं है, बुलवाना है. You don't want to speak. You want to make him speak. You don't want to speak. You want to make him speak. How to make him speak? How to make him speak? Ask good questions. On your curiosity switch. The moment you see somebody, first thing we want to do as a salesperson, हमारा curiosity वाला switch on करना है. We want to be curious, not judgmental. We want to be a student, not a presenter or sales leader. Or we want to be a student to understand him, because people don't care what you do. People care how you make their life easy. People care what you are going to do there for them. What how you are making their life easy. Simple. People don't care what your product is, they care what your product does for them. And I cannot find what my product does for them unless I truly understand the customer. What does it mean कि मेरे को बोलना नहीं है, मेरे को बुलवाना है? From today onwards, if you meet any customer, this is the crux of entire discussion. Okay, if you're busy, if you're having dinner, if you're having other conversations, just focus on this particular discussion. I think all entire purpose will solve. One, when you meet people, don't speak, make them speak. Telling is not selling. I'll repeat, telling is not selling. बोलना सेल्स नहीं होता है, right? So what why I want to do as a salesperson or a sales leader, my job is to make him speak. Have a hard control yourself. मेरे को जाके है ना TTM नहीं करना. Talking too much is a बीमारी to the sales people, one of the disease. Brian Tracy says sales people have one disease called TTM, talking too much. नहीं बोलना मेरे को उसको बुलवाना है. One. Second thing, समझाना नहीं है, समझना है, right? Usually what we try to do, sir, how great my product is, how great am I, how great my company is. People don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. All right. My job is to understand him, his life, his aspiration, his dream, his frustration, his goals, his social circle, his finances or her finance for that reason. My job is to understand customer. I cannot prescribe unless you diagnose. Right? हम diagnose किए बिना ही prescribe करना शुरू कर देते हैं. Are you with me, sales people? We start by mistake. What if we start giving him prescription without diagnostic even? And third, we don't want to inform. We want to involve. We want to involve in the discussion. How to do each one will go in detail. Each one of this. How what to do that we don't have to speak. He has to speak. What to do that he feels understood. Most of people in this world want to feel understood, and most of people feel misunderstood. Guys, give me thumbs up if you agree with me. हमें ज्यादातर समय लगता है कि हमें कोई समझता ही नहीं है. Maximum time में this is the strongest feeling of people that I am misunderstood. Imagine you're meeting somebody, particularly new prospect, and you are giving him this feeling that oh man, this fellow understand me, ये मेरे को समझता है ना. हम उनसे बात करना चाहते हैं जो हमें लगता है कि हमें वो समझते हैं. वी वांट टू टॉक पीपल जो हमें ये फीलिंग देते हैं, ये आदमी को समझता है यार, ये आदमी मेरे काम का है. then he'll be open to hear you, right? He'll feel trusted, he'll feel safe, he'll feel secured, he'll feel open, he'll feel welcomed, he'll feel like मेरे को बात करनी चाहिए इस आदमी से, तो हमें इन्फॉर्म नहीं करना। ये गलतियां जो हम करते रहते हैं ना, ये, राइट? सो हमें वो नहीं करनी है, नहीं। वी नाउ हाउ टू डू दैट, what we want, very important. Every human being, what every human being desire is, we want to be heard, we want to be seen, we want to be valued. Are you with me, guys? ये human being की deep desire है. Why we want to learn this? Because when I learn this, I can do this, I can make my customer seen, heard and valued. मेरे को पता है कि human being की deep desire है, we want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to be valued. How you can make person seen, how you can make person feel heard and valued. At the same time, we want to be appreciated, we want to feel important, we want to feel emotionally safe. Now एक एक जाते हैं, राइट? एक एक की बात करते हैं कि हाउ कैन आई मेक पीपल फील हर्ड, राइट? हाउ कैन आई मेक पीपल फील हर्ड? जब मैं बोलूंगा ना तो फीलिंग नहीं दे सकता, जब मैं बुलवाऊंगा तो वो फीलिंग दे सकता हूँ। When I ask him good question, how you can make him feel good when you enter the class in the customer's zone, when you say hello, good morning or good afternoon, whatever, the first thing you want to do, make him speak, make him feel good. First thing, my mentor taught me one thing, that whenever you meet some new person, first attempt you'll make people feel good about themselves. I'll repeat, make people feel good about themselves. Now, how can I make people feel good? लोगों को उनके बारे में अच्छी फीलिंग में कैसे दे सकता हूँ? First thing, learn to appreciate. All right, learn to appreciate, because that is where we know what we that is where we make give them with the feeling, feel important. Learn to appreciate could be as simple as, sir, thank you for this meeting, thank you for today's time, thank you for being here, thank you for bringing this energy. A simple heartfelt thank you make them feel good about themselves. A simple compliment, a simple compliment make people feel seen, make people feel valued. Sir, I appreciate your energy. You are an amazing. You have done beautifully with the society. Simple compliment, simple appreciation. All right, you make feel people important, and you make them emotionally safe when you give them that feeling and make them speak. When we speak, when we find people हमारे से ही दिख रहा है, because we love people who look like us, talk like us, behave like us. We usually connect people fast जो हमारे से दिखते हैं, हमारे से बात करते हैं और हमारे साथ बिलीव करते हैं, हम उनसे जल्दी कनेक्ट हो जाते हैं. So when people feel safe, they're open up. Then open up, सेल होना ही है, क्योंकि वहां वो अपनी प्रॉब्लम शेयर करेगा. सो आई रिपीट दिस slide is very very important, and please keep your question parked. If you must be having questions. All right, make people feel heard, make people feel seen, and make people feel valued, because we want to be appreciated, we want to feel important, we want to feel emotionally safe. So if I go and start talking about me, no, it is not about you, it is about them. It is not about you, it is about them. So whenever you meet new people, आज से एक रूल बना लो, हमेशा पहले सामने वाले की बात करो, खुद की बात नहीं करने का. People are not interested in you, trust me. People are interested what you can do for them, how you can make their life easy. So people are not interested in you. People are interested in their lives. So आज के बाद मैं क्या करूँगा, I'll start talking सामने वाला first, right? Make them, give them these feeling, human psychology. All right, give them this feeling that they want to feel safe, they want to feel seen, valued. And I know what, in today's world people are not lacking advice, they are lacking good listeners. You become one, you become one. एंड व्हेन एंड यू नो सेल्स में क्या होता है, रेसिस्ट करते हैं, नेचुरल रेसिस्टेंस लोगों का नहीं है, रेसिस्टेंस एक प्रेशर का है, बिकॉज व्हेन वी फील समबडी ट्राइंग टू सेल मी, आई डोंट नो, पीपल लव बाइंग बट दे डोंट वांट टू बी सोल्ड। आई विल रिपीट, हमें सबको खरीदना पसंद है, लेकिन हमें बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं कोई हमें बेच के चला जाए। सो बेचने को रेसिस्ट, नेचुरल रेसिस्ट करते हैं हम। लेकिन जब मैं लोगों को कनेक्ट कर लूंगा, how do I connect? Giving a simple appreciation, giving a simple compliment, giving a, giving a feeling that I'm listening him, putting a good question, ask a good question, ask an open question. So sir, I am curious sir, how did you reach here? सर आपका 100 करोड़ का टर्नओवर है सर, आपका कंपनी जस्ट 5 साल पुराना है, कैसे क्या आपने सर? And you become curious, you become a student, you become like as if I'm in love, because I am genuinely interested in that fellow, right? मैं genuinely interested रहूंगा तो समझ में आएगा, and he would love to speak, वो बात करना चाहेगा. So what is the learning here, what is the amazing learning here? How do I connect people when I feel genuinely about them, when I become genuinely a good listener? So now we are trying to put these things, the science of breaking the ice. पहला, we want to build connection. Connection कैसे build होगा? Number one, comfort. Two, trust. Third, emotional safety. How do I give that? By finding commonality, similarity, interest. How do I be likable? Finding something in common. How do I seek that comfort? Making speak. सो विद इन सेकेंड योर प्रोस्पेक्ट सबकॉन्शियसली जस्ट क्या क्या जज करता है, आपकी एनर्जी, आपका टोन, द वार्मथ यू ब्रिंग, योर इंटेंशन या योर ऑथेंटिसिटी. एंड हर प्रोस्पेक्ट का ही सवाल होता है, इज दिस पर्सन ट्राइंग टू सेल मी? एज आई टोल्ड यू, पीपल लव बाइंग बट दे don't want to be sold. What he is thinking, is this person trying to understand me? What we want to give him feeling, sir, I understand you, ma'am, I understand you. And then everything changes. So how we want to approach from today? Okay, now I am coming on powerful techniques to connect instantly. ध्यान से सुनिएगा, this is very very powerful. Number one, appreciation. Whenever you meet somebody, whenever you meet somebody, within seconds, I am telling you, within seconds, first thing my job is to pay or find something to appreciate about. I'll give you a couple of example how to appreciate, how I will have a couple of example. Second, I already spoken about, talk about them. Switch on your curiosity button. Be curious about the person कि इस बंदे की जिंदगी के बारे में वो जानना है, right? So talk about them. Talk about them. Start asking open-ended questions. Because what happens, it invite thinking, not just answer. We'll have example. For example, open-ended question. Sir, I'm curious. How how your experience has been, sir, out of this 20 years of experience? And you are the leading dealer in the city, sir. How do you feel about this, sir? ये कैसे किया आपने, sir? Okay. How did you ever started this? And once they you appreciate, talk about them, open and ask question, active listen. The connection is built more through years when you actually listen them, make people feel understood, make people feel heard, make people feel seen, make people feel valued. And the best, one of the finest thing we can do, we can give to people, is to listen to them. This is the finest thing, to begin with you. So listen them, genuinely listen them, and encourage them to speak more. For example, they if somebody starts sharing with you, what, I started this 20 years ago, and it was never easy. I took loan that time, 50,000 loan. Sir, 50,000 loan. So you mirror them. You give encouraging word. For example, wow, sir, that's interesting. Tell me more, sir. I'm exciting. It's exciting. I'm excited to listen more. Can you please, sir, come back that point, sir? Dubai wala part. Can you tell me once more? So that's how you fill that silence by asking more, encouraging him to speak. Of course, that gives him a good feeling. They remember, people hardly remember what you told them, but they always remember how you made them feel. people don't remember words. We remember what those words created experience, how those words made us feel. So 5 techniques. Find something to appreciate, talk about them, always ask open-ended question, keep listening, and try to give them good feeling. For example, have you seen people commenting in the morning, hey, how are you, man? Not looking good today? Bimar hai kya? How, what kind of feeling this create, right? If you have nothing to speak, at least don't speak. If you can't compliment, don't give comment, right? Compliment people. Wow, man, dressing great today. Give some beautiful specific compliment. There's a rule of compliment, all right? Compliment has never been easy. It's double-edged sword. Compliment has to be short, sweet, specific, personal, and instant. ये बहुत ओवर नहीं होना चाहिए. बटरिंग, फ्लटरिंग और फ्लैटरिंग और कॉम्प्लीमेंट में फिर वो बहुत छोटा सा डिफरेंस है. सो कॉम्प्लीमेंट हैज टू बी genuine, of course. It has to be instant then and then only. It has to be very, very specific. For example, you're looking good, not a great compliment. So the way you carry your energy is amazing. I love it. It is specific energy. Sir, I must appreciate your dress sense. Always up to date. That is very specific. I must appreciate your language, sir. The kind of language you use is very, very impressive. Very specific appreciation. Specific is terrific. I'll repeat, specific is terrific. So appreciation has to be specific. It has to be instant. Then only it's active, right? Let me please park your question. I am sure you have questions. I would love to reply. All right, we'll go next. Now, what is the power of genuine appreciation? All right, I have given you example. These are more example for you. You can take a screenshot if you required. Small appreciation create emotional openness. For example, thank you for your taking time. I appreciate your punctuality. को टाइम पे आया आप बोलो उसको. We don't speak. लेट आया तो हम गुस्सा करते हैं लेकिन टाइम पे आया तो कोई नहीं बोलता. I appreciate your punctuality. You have built a wonderful setup here. I can see energy in your team, in your room, in your office. This is an impressive journey, sir. I really feel inspired. No? So appreciation has to be like this. India is known as a country of non appreciator. Let me tell you. All right. हमारे यहाँ appreciation करना नहीं, appreciation लेना भी उतना ही मुश्किल है. So when somebody appreciate you, please say a gracious thank you. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you for your acknowledgement. Thank you for your appreciation. It means a lot. Reply beautifully. So फर्क क्या है appreciation versus flattery? Flattery feels fake, right? वो बहुत छोटा लगता है. Appreciation is genuine. As I told you, appreciation has to be specific, and specific is terrific. And no need to repeat it. The deepest, ये विलियम जेम्स बोलते हैं, the deepest craving of human nature is to need to be appreciated. Trust me, we are starving for genuine appreciation. We all want to be seen, heard, and valued. That's the reason social media is developing. That's the reason Facebook and Meta and everything is growing like crazy. That's the reason we put status. That's the reason we go all the world and talk. हमने क्या लिया है, हम क्या कर रहे हैं? Because we want to be seen, heard, and valued. So this is power of genuine appreciation. But it needs courage to do that. Okay, have the courage to appreciate people the moment you meet. Okay. So second is techniques. So we are talking detail in detail these techniques. Switch on your curiosity button. Like being curious. So it's not about you. I told you. It's about them. It's not about you. It's about them. ये आपकी बात नहीं है, सामने वाली बात है. So some questions that helps. How did you start this business, sir? आपने how did you ever started this business? You can use like this also. What challenges are you facing currently? Right? You can narrate differently. You can paraphrase these questions, but the idea is encourage them to speak more, encourage them to speak with depth. What are you trying to improve this year? How did you build such a strong company? And sir, what has been your biggest learning or finest learning out of your Dubai trip or out of this business? People love talking. जब कोई सुनता है ना, हमें अच्छा लगता है बात करना. Ask questions. I know what the purpose of this asking, not only making you feel good, eventually you'll start finding where can I fit my product, my service, my offering in this person's life. You find that hot button. You'll find that loha garam karna thoda maar do. So you'll start finding the gap. See why people buy things. They are somewhere they want to reach somewhere. वो एक gap है. वो gap fulfill करने का काम किसका है? मेरा है. So what they are today, what they aspire to become, and where do I come in between? So when I make people they speak, when I ask them questions, they speak, and while they reply, I encourage them to speak more, and I find how can I fit my product, my offering, my services to the person, how I genuinely making their life easy. So the objections we are expecting later and later stage, you essentially eliminate those objections well in advance. Trust me, there's a beautiful thing to do, because budget, requirement, family, expansion, dream, desire, aspiration, sare you ask well in advance. So what do you aspire to become? How about your finances? You cannot ask directly, but frame a question in such a manner that he or she talks about finances, right? A beautiful thing to do. Switch on your curiosity button. The third technique we already spoken, open-ended question. For example, how business is good? No, not a good question. How has business been evolving recently? So any challenges? Not a good question. What is the biggest challenge? You become very, very specific. How I share that I am listening, not naturally. Okay. Maintain eye contact and don't interrupt. Repeat keywords. This is called mirroring also. So the last sentence, the last word customer used, last three words can be to repeat them, those words. That will make him feel understood. That will make him feel that you are connecting with him. You are the person like him. For example, somebody say, I love traveling. And I've been to 20 countries in last 5 years. So 20 countries? So let's say the Japan has been the finest country I ever seen. Japan? So you repeat his last word. That will encourage him to speak more. So that's how active listening plays a great role once you have open ask questions. They forgot your product, they never forget how you made them feel. I'll repeat, you meet somebody, they may forget what you offer them, but they do not forget that feeling. That feeling, they say, मेरे बॉस बोला करते थे, either you make a deal or you have a दोस्ती. कुछ एक होगा ना, either deal or दोस्ती. So if I meet somebody, it is not about deal first, it is about दोस्ती first. So when we make people feel respected, they feel lighter, they feel important, and they feel understood, right? And that's a feeling they want to, because the moment you made people feel important, and because of reciprocity, if I feel happy meeting you, if I feel important meeting you, reciprocity बोलता है कि whatever you do to me, obliged to give the same feeling, right? So I feel obliged, almost obliged to do favor to you. And trust me, the different conversation altogether once you make that, give that feeling to customer. So best sales people बहुत ज़्यादा बात नहीं करते, they are emotional readers. They understand how customer are feeling in this moment. Now you see how is ineffective approach and what is effective approach. So ineffective approach is, good morning sir, I am from ABC company and this is the best solution we got. क्या गलती हो रही है इसमें, ध्यान से देखिए. What is the mistake here? We are immediately product pitch पे आ रहे हैं. We have zero personal connection, because you cannot communicate until you connect. You cannot communicate until you connect. And prospect को feeling क्या आता है? He is targeting and resistance build instant, because we have natural resistance. We have that safety zone. So if we feel threat to safety, we have that resistance. Now, what could be effective approach? Good morning, sir. Thank you for time. I was curious. How did you build this business so successfully? Imagine this. How beautiful question this. What you do? You open with appreciation. You trigger their pride. Imagine, man, if you make somebody feel good, somebody will talk with all his senses. Arey, I made this business like this. He or she'll be, happiest person in the world to share. People love sharing their success stories, their struggles. I'll repeat, people love talking about their success and struggle both, provided they believe, they see that you are a genuine listener. All right. So, by asking one simple question differently, you see what you trigger. So you trigger pride and you make him feel speak. आप बुलवाते हैं. It will be storytelling, and he feel valued, he feel seen, he feel heard. ट्रस्ट होता है, कनेक्शन बिल्ड होता है, एंड यू कीप फाइंडिंग गैप्स इसकी लाइफ में. कहाँ गैप है, एंड दैट्स वेयर यू फिट योर प्रोडक्ट. Do you appreciate this approach? Can I see your thumbs up? Guys, are you enjoying? Because we are not having two-way, it's a one-way system. But are you enjoying? Can you see the value here? Can you see that small paraphrase? Thank you, guys. Smallest paraphrase, the way you phrase, the way you frame your question makes a lot of difference. And the way you begin, the way you progress, the way you begin, the you progress. Now I'll give you some micro tactics also, okay, before we towards can go end of the session. Yeah, apart from appreciation, apart from talking about them, apart from their uh, uh, instant commonality, similarity and interest, charge you कर सकते हैं. You can do four more things to now earn instant repo. One, use the name naturally. People emotionally respond to the name, right? Don't overdo. Yes sir, ji sir, okay sir, yes sir, sir, no. And so brother, and we also should understand what to call them. For example, if Mr. Nair, okay, I have Nair sir here. South people, they love calling to be called Mr. Nair. North Indians may not be like the Mr. Agarwal. Depends. So I should know उसको अमित जी पसंद है, अमित सर पसंद है, अमित सर पसंद है, मिस्टर अमित पसंद है, मिस्टर अग्रवाल पसंद है. So I should have a sense depending on his background. Moreover, point is use his name more often. It looks good, it sounds good, it feels good. Measure energy subtly. Okay, subtle का मतलब क्या होता है, वो जिस मूड में है, I'll be in that mood. If he's slightly enthusiastic, I'm is slightly, naturally is like calm and composed, you become calm and composed, because we love people who look like us, talk like us, and that's how we energy matches. Okay, smile through your voice. When you genuinely love your work, your smile reaches to people, it approaches to hurt, right? Even on phone call, people feel that warmth, I'm talking about warmth. All right. And small detail, when you go to somebody's office, see the office, award, books, trophies, car, right, his house, his locality, and other details. Why? Because you can find something common, you can find something similar, you can find something interest, and you start building on those lines. For example, you are somebody who love reading, and like me, right? Now if I see books in his office, the first thing to talk about, sir, आपने book पढ़ी है? Have you read this recent book, The Art of Spending Money? Oh, Morgan Housel, what a book, sir. And you see now, you will build a conversation, you build that repo instantly. All right, the small tactics. Now, the connection chain. You connect. The moment you connect, people trust. When we trust, we actually start getting opened. When somebody opens, he'll share about his life, and that's how you create influence. And that a moment sale happens. Sale direct नहीं होता. What you need to do, you need to connect people. We need to be likable, we need to be trustworthy. हम उन पे ट्रस्ट जल्दी करते हैं जो हमारे से दिखते हैं, हमारे से बात करते हैं. People make us feel good, we trust them faster, and once we trust, we become open, and that's how we become influencer. And I have spoken it again and again and again. People connect when they feel heard, valued, appreciated, and safe. People connect then they feel heard. So connection is not a tactic; it's a mindset. It's a genuine connection. When I go somewhere, find a genuine connection, because one new connection has a potential, just like a single seed has a potential to foster, to create a massive forest. Similarly, a simple single new connection has a potential to create entire company or universe for that reason. Trust me. So that connection is so much important, right? Cannot, you know, ignore it. छोटा है बड़ा है नहीं. So the warmth समझ में आता है. So it's a mindset. It's a mindset. So guys, my request is stop selling, start connecting, start connecting, because connection से trust होता है. Trust से you start building open. When you open creates influence, and influence create sales. I have been reminding you, customers may forget your presentation, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. My job will be, first job will be, when I meet people, I will make people feel good about themselves. I will repeat, make people feel good about themselves. Once they feel good, everything else takes place the way you want to take place. Because end of the day, sale है तो खेल है, नहीं तो सब fail है. So this is dedicated to all the sales people in the planet, that communication begins only after connection. आज के बाद when you go to see somebody, first seek connecting. So this week, what is your challenge? Start every conversation with appreciation, a genuine, specific, real. आप आपके पेरेंट्स से मिलते हैं ना, माँ से मिलते हैं, तो भी एक लाइन बोल दो यार. इफ यू स्पीक विद, if you're meeting with kid, say one liner. But I really appreciate, I think you're being very organized. I've seen your room is very neat and clean. Wonderful job, thank you. Right, your wife, your husband, give a single liner. It make people feel good instantly. This month you want to do practice open-end question. Start asking better questions, not interrogatory, open-end, probing questions. And this quarter you want to become a salesperson, which make people feel heard and valued. Make people feel heard and valued. Looks like with this, I'm almost done. And here I'll stop sharing the screen and I'll open. Oh my god, so many people I have been in waiting. I can see. Okay, give me a second. I'm sorry for some people were in waiting room and I couldn't see. I think you got. So I am done, guys. Thank you so much for being here. In order to complete in time, now I'll open the